Hey guys, it's 681 Shadow, and I just wanted to. I'm starting a new series actually. I don't know why I was starting it the way I was before, but this is going to be a series where it may not be so often as such as some other things, but this is going to be a series of me just being all hype about certain anime fights that happen in recent animes that I watch. So we're going to kick it off. As you see, we're kicking it off with in the most recent episode of Mob Psycho 100, which was episode 8, where Mob fights Claw Agent Koyama, and this will contain spoilers for the anime. So, um, just want to, I just want to make that, I just want to make that announcement before I actually dive into it of why this was so hype and everything. And if you guys enjoyed the series, be sure to give the video a like. Let me know in the comments below. Maybe some animes I can watch that have hype fight scenes I can do this for. I know I have this one, and then I'll have one other that I have in mind. But anyways, this was a very hype fight because in the past we've seen Mob fight. We've seen him fight, like we saw him fight Hanazawa. However, however, he did not want to willingly fight him. Teruki was firing all sorts of psychic stuff at Mob, and Mob didn't want to fight until he reached his 100%, and then he, of course, fought unconsciously. But this time it was different. So the first really hype thing was that Mob was going to fight Koyama he's gonna fight him without even thinking about using psychic powers on another person, because it's about his brother. It's not about just someone wanting to fight Mob like it was with Teru. So awesome scene. There's a lot of awesome scenes in this, and of course, as I said before, the series is just gonna be me being hyped. Not too many notes aside from what happened in the fight and what was really hype. I don't really have notes right now because I saw this episode very recently, so it's still in my head. So this is a bit. So the first hype scene was that after you saw Koyama beat Ritsu up a bit, you see Mob just teleport to him in this awesome scene, and you see Mob kind of mad, not completely, because then he'd be at 100. He'd be at 100% a lot faster. But you saw his percent gauge go from 0 to 60%, which was absolutely insane. I really think that was the first hype moment of it. And then the next one, after Koyama kicked Mob's head into a wall, which was whoa. I was definitely really surprised by that, how they had such a gruesome scene like that. But then Mob got his head out, and then he did his well animated, really hype dash towards Koyama and struck him, and then Koyama did this awesome thing where he let go of Ritsu and just pounded Mob back. And then we get into this part where Koyama's using what he uses to fight people, which is his I think it's called telekinetic helix. I may be wrong on that. If I am, I'll have something on the screen that's correcting it, probably text. But anyways, he used that helix on his hands. It's able to go through the psychic barrier that Mob and Teru and them are able to put up to protect against attacks and stuff. Just because it's psychic, but it's all attacks really. So it was able to go through that. So you see this guy just pounding Mob, and then eventually Ritsu was tired of it, tried to stop Koyama. Of course, Ritsu not having Dimple in him at this point because Dimple went out of him. He couldn't do anything to stop. He didn't do anything to stop Koyama, and then you see Mob rising up to 100%. He's like, can you feel it? My animosity. So it's not really it's not like someone just gradually made him get to 100, because it's his younger brother who he cares about really dearly. He got to 100 really, really fast, which was a really fun thing. It was really not fun, but a hype thing to see in this episode. And then you just saw Mob when he got to 100%. You just saw him pounding Koyama, Mob put his hand to Koyama's mouth and he couldn't let go, and he was crushing his face. And then Mob brought him, threw him up to the sky, and then brought him back down, and it cracked like all the glass in this building. And that was a really really hype scene, and it was really well animated. I'm not sure which studio's on the animating for this, but shout out to them. They did that really well, and I was really overhyped in this episode with that. And then of course probably the most hype thing, as you see on the picture, was the moment that all of the gang members that were there, they found out that they came to the conclusion that Mob is not White Tea Poison's brother. He is the infamous White Tea Poison who defeated Teruki. So that was a very hype moment, because it was like he's just destroying this man Koyama, and then all the people are like, wait a minute, he's White Tea Poison, because Koyama's attacks like ripped off his shirt, his black uniform. So it was definitely hype, and then in the end it was a bit anticlimactic. It was a bit anticlimactic, but then hype scene. So what happened was that, and also I'll link the episode in the description. I probably should have mentioned that before. I'll link in the description so you can see this for yourself. It's really a good episode, and it's a really good fight scene. This fight scene takes up a good portion of the episode, so it's definitely something really hype. And at the end, because he has to because Koyama has to kidnap Ritsu, because they think he's Mob, because Mob was supposed to be the one that was invited to the research center for the psychics, but it turns out they got Ritsu, and Ritsu awakened his powers. So he was kidnapping Ritsu, not knowing that Mob was the one who was the all powerful psychic. So to get Mob out of the way, he just uses this like pepper spray to knock out Mob, knock him unconscious. But little does he know that Mob could use Mob's powers could still be used when he's unconscious. So he's able to simply just what is it? He's able to just simply get up again, and Koyama gets really scared because Mob is definitely stronger than him, and he just takes Ritsu and dips. So that was the end. That was the end of that fight. But that fight was really hype, and when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a series where I'm gonna start talking about hype fights and what I thought of them. So that's all for this episode of my hype fight series. Hopefully, I may think of a better name for it. But right now, it should just be called Hype Anime Fights. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Check out Mob Psycho 100 down below. I didn't expect until this video. I didn't expect to make multiple videos on a singular anime, unless it was like a rant, like I had to do that one time for Dagashi Kashi, which we do not talk about. But definitely check out Mob Psycho 100. It's getting good, and I will definitely be reviewing it when that time comes. But anyways, this has been 6A1 Shadow. I'll see you all next time.